Alright, so in what can only be described as a crossover episode between Super Mario Bros. And Law and Order, the FBI just took down one of the biggest Nintendo Switch piracy sites on the internet, NSW2U. Yeah, it's gone, wiped off of the face of cyberspace like a Joy-Con drift lawsuit. And the best part, they did it in a full Call of Duty FBI raid mode. We're talking about domain seizure, government notices, Dutch financial crime agencies, real Ocean's 11 type shit, but instead of robbing a casino, they went after the people downloading Mario Kart 8 Deluxe for free. Now, if you never heard of NSW2U, congratulations, you're probably on some kind of moral high ground that I cannot relate to. This site was basically the Walmart of illegal Nintendo Switch games. If there was a ROM for it, NSW2U had it. Animal Crossing, yup. Zelda, of course. Super Mario? Definitely yes. It was a go-to place for anyone running a jailbroke Switch or rocking a Switch emulator on PC. It was sketchy, it was convenient, and it was absolutely free. The holy trinity of internet piracy. But all good crimes must come to an end. Yesterday, if you visited NSW2U's site, you were greeted with a big juicy FBI seizure notice straight up. You've done goofed energy. It's the kind of screen that makes your butthole quench if you just clicked it by accident. It reads, "This domain has been seized by the Federal Bureau of Investigations in according with the seizure warrant pursuant to yada yada yada." Basically, it's saying we're kicking down your door at 3 a.m. Also involved in this operation, the FIOD, a Dutch agency that investigates financial crime, which is kind of poetic, right? Mario gets his game stolen, so the Dutch show up. The Netherlands are now canon in the Mario universe. Of course, Reddit was on fire the moment this happened. The Switch piracy subreddit looked like a funeral home. People were posting stuff like "RIP NSW2U, you will be missed," and "I just downloaded the video just mentioned an hour ago. Thank God I'm out in time." Like it's the final chopper out of Saigon. And listen, I'm not here to promote piracy, but it's absolutely wild how emotionally attached people get to these illegal sites. Some dude said NSW2U raised me. Bro, what? Anyway, Nintendo has been on a bloodthirsty crusade against piracy for the last few years. These guys aren't just trying to protect their games. They're out for vengeance like Liam Neeson in Taken. They took down the Yuzu emulator last year, which was the best way to run Switch games on PC or your Steam Deck. And now they're going after every last pirate like it's One Piece season finale. Even if you're just using an SD card with multiple ROMs, Nintendo's coming for your soul. People who tried to do that on the Switch 2, banned instantly. We're talking about brand new consoles getting Thanos snap off Nintendo Online in less than 24 hours. They're not even subtle about it anymore. Nintendo basically said, you mess with the plumber, you get the hammer. And yeah, a lot of this crackdown is tied to the Switch 2 dropping last month. After how badly the original Switch got jailbroken, Nintendo's not taking any chances this time. Now let's get one thing straight. Yes, piracy is illegal, but Nintendo's war on it has gotten so intense that even people who just want to back up their own legally owned games are getting caught in the crossfire. Want to dump your own cartridge so you can play it on your Steam Deck? Too bad, Nintendo doesn't care. If you're not using it on their plastic baby toy with a 2-hour battery life, you're the enemy. They treat ROMs like nuclear codes, it's insane. Meanwhile, half of their legacy titles are locked away behind a $50 a year subscription service that rotates games like sad Netflix account from 2009. So yeah, NSW2U is dead. Long live piracy, I guess. Look, I don't condone stealing games, but I do think there's a conversation to be had about preservation, access, and how Nintendo basically lets its older titles rot in a vault like the Disney Renaissance era. When emulation is the only way to play some games at 60 FPS in 4K with actual controller support, you start to wonder who the real bad guy is here. Spoiler alert, it's you if you're downloading any Mario games without paying. But hey, if you're gonna go down, at least go down swinging. So yeah, piracy is illegal, Nintendo's, the FBI now, and NSW2U just got Thanos snapped off the internet. Business as usual, it's a Nintendo's win. But I'm curious, where do you draw the line? Is downloading Super Mario 3D All-Stars a crime or an act of historical preservation? Let me know what you think in the comments unless you're currently being raided by the feds. And subscribe so we can continue this weird-ass saga together. Anyway, stay safe, stay legal-ish, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye!